Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So I was really struggling with what to post next, and so I posted it on my Snapchat that I was having a creators block. So one of my followers on Snapchat basically sent me a couple of questions. I tried to film it on my camera, but it wasn't working, so I'm having to use my phone, which has the questions on there. But I'm only hoping to answer one question anyway, because I don't want this video to be so long. So yes, thank you to everybody that's subscribed to my channel. If you haven't already and you've just stumbled upon my video or somebody's told you about me, please click on subscribe and join the team, okay? Alright, so as you can see, for once I'm filming from home and I'm not filming from work. I've just ordered a ring light, so hopefully my videos are about to be fleeky. Okay, this is some £4 wine from Iceland, but it does the job. So basically, what it is I've been on social media for some time. I've been on YouTube for about 2 years, if you look at my videos, but I just haven't been consistent. However, I've been very consistent on Facebook, on Instagram and stuff like that. A lot of people have followed me through, obviously, when I was married. When I was married before, I wasn't really vocal about it. This was when I was in uni, and then I shared with people that I just got a divorce about 4 years ago now, and when I was dating and all of that. So a lot of people are aware of, obviously, my dating and love life journey. So when I was sharing that I don't have a lot to talk about, or I was having writer's block and everything, like I had a couple of messages saying, oh, but we like it when you keep it real when it comes to your relationships, and when it comes to relationships that, like, in general and stuff like that, like how come you've been quiet. So if you don't know, I've just got married again last year. It's not like he really supports me in everything that I do and all of that, but we're facing quite a few challenges at the moment, and I wouldn't want to talk about that now, or like in the midst of these challenges. I want to wait until we've basically overcome it and then talk about it. So it's not really a case of that I'm hiding my relationship or anything. I don't have anything to hide or anything like that, and he doesn't really mind me talking about these things. It's just one about obviously respecting him, and anything I want to talk about it, which pertains to the both of us, I have to ask him. We have to discuss it, and obviously he has to approve, because it's his business out there as much as mine. So I have to give him that respect. So that's why I'm kind of like steering clear away from like relationship talks and stuff like that, as it pertains to me, myself and my marriage for now. But I'm hoping we will overcome whatever it is that we're going through, and hopefully we will conquer it, and then I'll be able to share with you guys. So thank you to all my old followers that have been following me. Thank you for your patience, and the new people that are coming in, I'm not holding back. I will share in due time. Now, one of the questions, she asked about 6 questions in one, and I'm very grateful for that, because I'm going to treat that for like 6 videos, hopefully. One of the questions that she asked is, what did she say? She asked how to carry yourself after marriage. Now, this is something that I guess is prevalent in the African community, because I know that like I had a couple of aunties, I had my mom, I had a couple of older people sit me down and were like, oh, obviously now that you're married, you have to cut down on that social media exposure. You have to calm down on all the videos and stuff that you do on Facebook. You have to cut down on all your event hosting. Every day you're here, one day you're here, this that. You basically have to like come back into a shell and basically not have an opinion, not have anything to say. A lot of them were basically talking about, oh, thank God you've taken out all your piercings, because as a married woman you can't really be having all of that. You have to do your hair a certain way, you have to wear certain type of clothes, you have to basically carry yourself in a certain type of way. Now, to me, I just think all of that is bullshit. it's not that I'm trying to disrespect anybody, but like I can't say it other way. I can't express it in any other way. It is utter bullshit. Do you understand? Because to me, I feel like if I carried myself with respect in my single years, if I carried myself with self-worth, if I carried myself with the utmost like respect and prestige, like to my standards, not to your standards, but if I was happy with who I am when I was single, why do I have to change who I am just because I've said I do, or just because somebody has paid my bride price? He doesn't own me. And you know, thank God I'm married to a person that doesn't want to change who I am. And I'm sorry, I would be very, very pissed off if I actually got married to somebody that wants to change me. Because the reason why I say that is basically, and we will treat this in another video, I guess, but basically, you know, I was very, very selfish in my single years. Do you understand? And I purposely wanted to be selfish so that when I eventually got married, I will find it easier to be selfless, because at that point I know that I have selfishly chosen the person that I want, the person that I respect, the person that I need for myself. Like, I was so adamant and I was so purposeful, and I was so hell-bent on basically not allowing, you know, the fact that I was turning 30, like, you know, society. I didn't want family. I didn't want anybody to basically pressure me into settling for anything that I didn't want. That I made a list. Do you understand? I made a list of what I wanted. Now, the list that I made wasn't shallow, like, oh, you have to make X amount of money, because I've been with somebody, I was married to somebody that was making enough money, but at the end of it, like, you know, my ex-husband is amazing and all of that. You know, like, I'm not saying he treated me bad or anything like that, because let's face it, I got married for all the wrong reasons. But all I'm saying is, like, something like how much you make does not guarantee that you're going to be the best leader for my children. Do you understand? Now, when I was thinking about choosing a husband the second time, I was thinking of choosing a life partner. I was thinking of who I am going to basically create my generation through. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So having that in mind, it went deeper than how much money you make. You know, it was all about your person. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations? Like, what do you bring to the table? As much as, like, because let's face it, everybody wants to talk about, oh, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring? No, honey, I am the table. What are you bringing to the table? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, don't let people get into your head when it comes to relationships and when it comes to money, just because you're a woman, or just because I don't know what way it is. Do you understand? But you have to know yourself, and you have to basically be okay with yourself. You have to get to the point where you love yourself and you've accepted yourself to the point where nobody can tell you different. Do you understand? Like, nobody's perfect. Do you understand? So, you know, like, I'm at the point where I'm okay with the flaws that I know I can't change, and the flaws that I know I can change. I am looking for ways that I can improve. I am basically surrounding myself with people that will help me be the person that I have in my mind that I want to be, not what society has defined for me to be. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, like, that is important. So when you basically, like when you have done the foundation work, when you have basically put time into yourself, that means the person that you have chosen is basically choosing you at your very best. Do you understand? And, you know, at worst, the person is choosing you at a point where, listen, I know exactly who I am. So when I'm communicating to you what I like, this is exactly what I like. It's not, oh, I want a man to come and make me happy, but then I don't even know what makes me happy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's very, very, very important that you get to that point. Now, once you have gotten to that point and you've chosen that person, this is at a point where when you meet like when you meet the man or when you meet the woman, you're not pretending to be anything but yourself. So once that person has seen you for yourself and has accepted you for who you are and has decided to marry you, like that person cannot now turn around and say, oh, I don't actually like what I saw, so therefore change because I've now paid your bride price, or I've now married you. Like, to me, I will actually question that person's sanity, because it's like, why would you want to invest in something that you've known all this while that you don't want or you don't like? Do you know what I mean? So to me, I feel like if you've always been yourself and, you know, like, you've always loved yourself, like, listen, you might like one bit of yourself. Like, learning to love yourself is a lifetime journey. It's not just, oh, I love myself today and tomorrow I don't. But do you know what I mean? If you are comfortable with who you are and you are confident in who you are, and you know that you basically, like, didn't lie. Do you understand? Like, you didn't pretend to be something that you're not when you met the person, and then now that he's married you, you've now done a 180 on the person. I mean, like, you have nothing to worry about. You have absolutely nothing to worry about. Do you know what I mean? Now, I get all of that. So basically, like, the answer to that question is, you don't have to change who you are. You don't have to carry yourself in any particular way just because you're married. You really, really don't. But, you know, at the same time, we're all human and we all have preferences. Do you understand? Now, me personally, I like short hair. I like short cut hair because, not because, you know, my hair doesn't grow or anything, but because I'm too busy and I don't have time to take care of it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? But my husband likes, you know, long hair and, you know, all these weaves and blah, blah, blah and all of that. That doesn't mean that he hates my short hair or, you know, my natural state or whatever, but he's expressed to me that he likes long hair. So obviously just because I want to make him happy, I'm not going to change who I am. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not going to change and just be like, by force, by fire, I must have long hair. For who? For what? Do you know what I mean? But, you know, as much as I can, I will, you know, invest in, like, as much as I can, I will invest in, you know, some long hair, like some long wig or, you know, something, just to, you know, make him happy and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, he's my husband. I do love him. Therefore, I'm going to do what I can to make him happy. The same way that he might not agree with a whole lot of things that I want, but he goes out of his way to make me happy. Do you understand? So that way, you're not really, really compromising yourself or, you know, who you are as a person. Like, he's not like basically telling me, oh babe, if you don't have long hair, I'm gonna like cheat on you with somebody with long hair. Honey, like, my answer to that would be, please go. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's never ever that deep. I will never, do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, we're all adults and everything. As long as you are comfortable, like, in what you are. Me choosing to do long hair 3 times out of a year, it doesn't make me less of a person. It doesn't make me any like, I don't know, it doesn't make me weak. It doesn't do anything for me. It just means that I love and respect my husband and I want to make him happy. Do you know what I mean? But don't let society pressure you into basically changing who you are as a person just because you're married or anything like that. So on that note, the question was, you know, how do you carry yourself after marriage? And my answer to that is, you carry yourself with the same respect you've always had for yourself, with the same confidence you always had, and, you know, with the same, like, va-va-voom you've always had. Do you know what I mean? Like, all of that doesn't change just because you now wear a ring or just because you said I do. As long as it's respectful to the other person, do you understand? But then at the end of the day, like, you've always been somebody's daughter, you've always been somebody's sister, you've always been somebody's friend, you've always been somebody's niece, you've always been somebody's somebody. And I want to believe that, you know, we've always carried ourselves with a certain level of respect because we've always been somebody's somebody. Therefore, you know, we're not going to now disrespect ourselves now that we're somebody's husband. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really see what the issue is and why I will have to carry myself in a certain way, in a certain manner. Like, if you've always dressed in pom-pom shorts and everything, that's how you've always dressed, and he saw that and he wanted to wife that. So why is he now coming to change you? Do you know what I mean? Now, like, it's the same thing when it comes to mothers and all of that and this that. Honey, do what makes you happy. As long as you've got the body for it, go ahead and do it. The only times that I'm looking at people sideways is when, you know, like, listen, your body does not suit that outfit. Do you understand? Like, why are you wearing it? You're literally raping, like, that bikini. You're raping, you know, that whatever. But if you have the confidence to pull it off, go for it. Do you understand? Like, let everybody have their own opinions and let everybody say whatever they want to say. If you've got the confidence to go out there, to step out there and own it, do it. Do you know? So that's all I've got to say. Thank you for tuning in, and please like, comment, and share your views on this topic. Until next time.